Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Manta Ray, the godfather of the Cartoon Network Hall of Fame. When I speak, you listen. And today, I want to talk about something very exciting. It's news that I thought I would never hear in my lifetime again. In fact, I thought they would reboot the series when I'm in my 60s, and I'm dying of some sort of old people disease. But here's my big news and what is coming back. Yes, for those of you who just saw, this video today is on Samurai Jack and their big announcement. The creators, Cartoon Network, and of course Toonami have decided that they're going to bring Samurai Jack back for another season. Now, what does this mean for all of you who don't know what Samurai Jack is? Well, Samurai Jack is... the story is really simple. Samurai Jack is just a lone samurai from the past, in the future doing the hero thing, trying to find a way to the past to stop the evil that is Aku. Now, as stated before, they have set a release date already for this, and I am super excited, folks, to see this back on television. It's one of the series that I just grew up with, and to see it actually finished, it warms my heart and brings a tear to my eye. One lonely tear, not too many tears. One tear. So, what does this mean? If you don't, well, how would I describe Samurai Jack is the more simple question for those of you who haven't seen it. Let me go and explain. Samurai Jack, as stated, is about a lone samurai trying to do right in the future because he was flung there by the evil mastermind Aku. Now, the thing about the series was there was little to no dialogue, and it was very violent. Yeah, you could kind of see why, this series might have been cancelled. But here's the thing. The no dialogue part helped the show because it told a story visually. And it did it very well. The scenes and everything are beautiful in Samurai Jack. Several episodes, I believe, should have been up for awards based on their animation and the stories they told. Jack himself did not speak a whole lot. When he did, it was pretty much to say, hey, who are you? What do you want? Or, he was asking a question based on an object that he was trying to find. Other people around him spoke for him. His counterparts, his opposites. Aku, the villain of the story, is very vocal, very out there. While Jack is more, guarded, he's more sullen, he doesn't talk a whole lot. He does smile very often though, when he sees a cute scene, he'll smile. Aku, on the other hand, is very boastful. He does, after 10,000 years in the job, he's bored, he's cynic, he's sarcastic. The only thing that he's trying to do that brings him any sort of pleasure these days is tormenting Jack and doing everything he can to stop him from getting into the past. Because Aku knows, if he goes back to the past, that future is done. Zeroed out. Say goodbye. Hasta la vista. But the show also, while Jack was very quiet and Aku was very vocal, there were some people who were more in between. You had the Scotsman, who I loved as a character. He was Jack's buddy, he fought with Jack, he fought side by side with Jack. If there was an adventure and the Scotsman was on it, you knew you were going to be in for funny times. There was one episode where Jack joins the Mafia. Why? Because it got him closer to Aku. Because they realized that they did crimes, they would be brought to have an audience with Aku. So Jack joined them. Eventually he convinced the group to turn away from crime and to do more protection things, which on and off they didn't. That was one thing, but I would like to see those guys brought back. I would like them at the end, if this is the end for Samurai Jack, if this is the definite end, for them to come back and help Jack, whether it's, taking on his army, Aku's army, or, just being there to kind of provide backup on something. Jack meets a lot of strange creatures, a lot of people that were just like, well, why don't they ever show up again? What happened to them? What's their story? Why won't they help Jack? much like the monks. Samurai Jack comes across his old monastery. After 10,000 years, it's in ruins. But he finds that the monastery, despite looking deserted, is filled with disciples of the same training that Jack was training in. And they have the power to block Aku's sight. So Aku can't be like, oh, where's Jack? Oh, he's in the desert. I'll go bug him for a minute. No, with this, it's just like Aku can't find him. Why can't Jack, stay with the monks, train his skills, get better? Or why don't they ever help him, fight Aku? It would be a great thing to see those guys in the final of the season, at the end, to help him. He's got all these allies, all these friends, and, they just show up for one episode to help him fight some bad guys, and then that's it. You don't hear from them. I would love to see that. Would love to see the monks, the Scotsmen, the Mafia crew come back at the big end, at the hoorah, helping Jack defeat an army of monsters and robots and bounty hunters, just so Samurai Jack can get his final showdown with Aku. That would be awesome. But yeah, the show itself was actually very violent as well, There was kidnappings, people got sliced in half, most of them were robots, so I guess that's kind of how they got past, the censors. But what could this mean for the future of old nostalgia shows? Shows that are in the past that can be brought back. Well, let's take a look at one that did come back. Powerpuff Girls. They were in the same block as Samurai Jack. They were a little earlier, Jack was a little bit later. But they're in that same time block that they would share. And Samurai Jack is now coming back. Now Powerpuff Girls has shown that, series like this can go on. They can continue. They can be updated. You can place them anywhere in time and they'll fit well. It does show that there is a market for these. And I think what Cartoon Network has kind of forgotten is these were good shows. There was something about them, something magical that, that they had that other shows didn't have. It's kind of like, why does Hey Arnold work for Nickelodeon? Well, because it had good stories. It told stories well. The characters were good. You can relate to some of them, or you could, despise one of them, but generally when watch cartoons, you gotta laugh. You got a sense of excitement. They taught lessons in some of them. Some of the good ones, they taught you life lessons. So there is a market for these guys because, a lot of their stories didn't end. Well, I know Powerpuff Girls didn't. Their movie was basically the thing of them starting out. But, bringing these old shows back would actually bring in a lot more views because you would get the old crowd coming back. They'd be like, oh, I remember that show. And they sit down and, they would sit with their kids or, with nephews, nieces, if they're unlucky enough, grandkids. If they're that old. But then they could be like, oh yeah, I remember the show, let me show you the rest. And bring in revenue, because those people would have to go out there and they have to purchase Netflix. They would have to purchase Hulu. They would, have to order the original 5-7 seasons of this old show. And be like, yes, here it is. Now, what does that mean for Samurai Jack and its future? Well, let's go ahead and go on to my last thoughts about this. Now, last thoughts on Samurai Jack coming back on March 11th to the Toonami block. It's coming home, people. I'm super excited for it. But what does it have to do before that in order to really make a big impact? Well, one thing that Toonami and Cartoon Network could do is open up the time slot that Samurai Jack would be for. And before the season starts, before the final season or the new season starts, replay all the old Samurai Jack episodes from beginning to end. I know there's not a whole lot of time, and Samurai Jack itself has plenty of episodes to go to, but if they do that starting in February, by the time March comes around, it should be set up perfectly. If not, if they can't scramble, all of them in, do double, do triple. Be like, oh, for this day we're going to show you the first 10 episodes of Samurai Jack. On this Saturday, we're gonna go ahead and show you the next 10. This one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Get it? You guys can do it. I know Toonami can do it. Just be like, all day Samurai Jack. from beginning to end every Saturday until the new season airs. Then March 11th, you go through your normal programming. And then final episode, newest episode of Samurai Jack, the newest season. That's what they gotta do. They gotta start playing the oldest episodes first and then work their way down to the newest one. Toonami has the power. Toonami Cartoon Network, get it done. You can do this. You want to bring in an audience, that's how you do it. I'm telling you, you do that, the newest season will sail off like a beautiful boat. There won't be no trouble, calm seas the entire way. You want to make this work, you start from the first episode, work your way down until March 11th when you show the newest episode. This season will work. It will open a new door for old nostalgia shows to come back. And yeah, folks, honestly, if they do it that way, this season will smooth sailings all the way is what I'm saying. If they don't, it might not have the big impact that they thought. But you know, those are my thoughts. Go ahead and tell me what your thoughts are. What should Toonami and Cartoon Network do if this is not the final season and this is just a tester season, to try and get people more interested, to make sure that this has a smooth sailing so that if there's a new season after this, it can continue. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching this. It's time for me to go, folks. I'm super excited. You know, just hopefully this thing blows up and just does amazingness like a firework. Just boom! And it's glorious. My name is Don Manta Ray. I am the godfather of the United States Cartoon Network Hall of Fame. When I speak, you listen. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe, like us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, put a like on this video, comment down below your thoughts of the newest season of Samurai Jack. Will it be the end? Is it a tester? Who do you want to see back? You know, if there's any characters that you really liked but I didn't mention, give us your thoughts on this. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next time.